It snowed last night, God. Thanks for that. It's pretty and covers everything like a big white sheet. It covered anything that was left from our homeless camp where me and some others had been camping. They took everything away yesterday, and the snow made everything look like we were never there. But we were there. I was there. I hope someone remembers. It snowed last night, God. Thanks for that. For just a little while, the snow made the world look pretty, almost beautiful. It covered up some of the ugliness we have to live with every day. The ugliness is still there, but for just a little while, it's hidden. But it'll come back when the snow melts. It snowed last night, God. Thanks for that. The snow made everything get really quiet, sort of like that song about a silent night that people in church like to sing this time of the year. So quiet, I imagine I can hear the angels whispering to each other. Sometimes when I watch it snow, I imagine that the snowflakes are feathery angel tears. Do angels cry, God? And if they cry, do they cry for us who are cold with no place to go on snowy, silent nights like this? It snowed last night, God. Thanks for that. I think I'll enjoy the snow more when I can watch it fall looking out the window of my own place. I had my own place once. I didn't always live like this. But stuff happened, and, well, you know the rest, God. I hope you'll help me get my own place again, God. I want to watch it snow and hear the angels whisper to each other from my own place. Someday. It snowed last night, God. Thank you.
What you're seeing is the largest homeless camp of its kind in the state of Washington in late July of 2022 when this footage was filmed. Sitting on a single city block with 623 residents, the population of Camp Hope was greater than the population of Sprague, Washington with 511 residents, Reardon, Washington with 471, Edwall, Washington with 470, or Harrington, Washington with 433. Homeless camps aren't anyone's favorite alternative homeless service, but they do represent an integral part of the homeless community. They make for an engaging optic for local news outlets and for great social fodder for people who don't understand why they exist. How do they get started? Why is a homeless camp even necessary? Why don't these people just go to a shelter and access all of the services that might be available there? Homeless camps like this one on Washington State Department of Transportation property in Spokane embody a visual illustration of poverty in the heart of a middle-class urban landscape and offer a visual testimony to the failure of homeless policy over a period of years. Like the proverbial canary in the mine, Camp Hope signals a housing crisis that has pushed a growing number of people from housing to homelessness. It's a poorly kept secret that, in recent years, the Spokane community hasn't had enough shelter beds for its known and counted homeless population, and it's important to take a moment and review the numbers. In 2019, the annual point-in-time count found 1,309 individuals experiencing homelessness in our community. 315 of those were classified as unsheltered. According to the city's own internal shelter capacity report, the citywide shelter system showed 722 shelter beds, with an average of 29 open beds on any given night. How were 315 unsheltered individuals supposed to fit into 29 open beds? The next year, in 2020, the point-in-time count found the number of individuals experiencing homelessness had grown to 1,559, and the unsheltered count had risen from 315 to 541. An increase of 72%. But the citywide shelter system had increased bed capacity by only 11% to 805, and the nightly average number of open beds stood at 76. How were 541 unsheltered individuals supposed to fit into 76 beds? The 2022 point-in-time count found 1,757 individuals experiencing homelessness, an increase of 13%. 823 of those were unsheltered, an increase of 52% from 2020. As of February of 2022, the total number of shelter beds in the citywide system had fallen to 711, a decrease of 12% from 2020, with a nightly average of 123 open beds. Again, how are 823 unsheltered individuals supposed to fit into 123 beds? With the opening of a new low-barrier shelter on Trent, an additional 250 beds will be added to the citywide shelter system, bringing the total number of beds system-wide to 961. That's enough beds for only 55 out of 100 of the known and counted homeless. Where are the other 45 out of 100 supposed to go? The number of actual open and available shelter beds will rise to 373. But again, how are 823 unsheltered homeless, or the 623 residents of Camp Hope, supposed to fit into 373 beds? Spokane is suffering from both a bed problem and a math problem. The number of beds, existing or planned, simply doesn't add up to the need. Now you know the basic underlying reason for the existence of homeless camps: a glaring, ongoing lack of sufficient and appropriate shelter space. And that assumes the unsheltered homeless can even qualify for or maintain themselves in whatever shelter space is available. Many can't, adding additional reasons why the unsheltered homeless choose camps over shelters.